The room is quiet. No one is watching, no one is judging, yet this is the exact moment that decides whether you will succeed or stay exactly where you are. The greatest battle of your life is not against failure, it is against the voice inside your own mind that whispers, "You can do it tomorrow," and tomorrow has stolen more dreams than yesterday ever could. Every successful life begins with an invisible decision. Long before the money comes, before the recognition arrives, before anyone applauds your effort, there is a private moment where you choose to take control of your own mind. Most people believe success starts with opportunity. It doesn't. It starts with discipline. It starts with deciding that your feelings will no longer be the leader of your life. Think about it. How many times have you promised yourself that this would be the day you changed? You said you would wake up earlier. You said you would exercise. You said you would read more, work harder, save money, stop procrastinating, stop making excuses. The intentions were real. The excitement was real. But then something happened. Comfort arrived. Distractions appeared. Your motivation disappeared, and suddenly the promises you made to yourself became another memory. Here is the truth that many people never want to hear. Motivation is temporary. It is exciting when it arrives, but it always leaves. Discipline is different. Discipline shows up even when excitement disappears. It continues when nobody is cheering. It keeps moving when the weather is bad, when life feels unfair, when progress seems invisible. That is why discipline creates results, while motivation only creates beginnings. Imagine two people standing at the bottom of the same mountain. Both have the same dream. Both are equally talented. Both are healthy enough to climb. One waits until the conditions are perfect. The other begins climbing immediately. Months later, the second person reaches the summit while the first is still waiting for a better day. The difference was never talent. It was never luck. It was the decision to move before feeling ready. Your mind is constantly asking one question: what is easier? It wants comfort. It wants rest. It wants immediate pleasure. It wants to avoid discomfort at every opportunity. But success asks a completely different question. It asks, what is necessary? Those two questions almost never have the same answer. Have you noticed how easy it is to scroll on your phone for an hour without realizing where the time went? Yet reading 10 pages of a good book can suddenly feel difficult. Why? Because your brain naturally seeks instant rewards. It loves shortcuts. It loves comfort. It avoids effort whenever possible. If you don't train your mind will train you. The scary part is that every small decision becomes a habit. Habits become your routine. Your routine becomes your lifestyle, and your lifestyle eventually becomes your future. The future you are walking toward today is being built by the tiny choices nobody else can see. People often believe success comes from one giant breakthrough. They wait for the perfect business idea, the perfect investment, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect connection. But most extraordinary lives are built through ordinary actions repeated consistently. One page becomes one book, one workout becomes a stronger body, one disciplined morning becomes a disciplined life. Here's something most people overlook. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, your confidence grows. Not because someone praised you, not because you achieved something extraordinary, but because your mind begins to trust you. Self-confidence is not built by talking positively. It is built by proving to yourself that your actions match your words. Now imagine the opposite. Every time you break a promise to yourself, a small part of your confidence disappears. You may not notice it immediately, but it accumulates. Eventually, you begin doubting yourself, not because you lack ability, but because your own mind has learned that your promises don't mean much. This is why discipline is actually an act of self-respect. Every disciplined decision sends a powerful message to yourself. It says, I keep my word. That message changes everything. Most people fear hard work because they focus only on the pain. They see the early mornings, they see the sacrifices, they see the effort, but they ignore something much more painful: regret. Regret lasts much longer than discipline ever does. The discomfort of discipline may last for an hour. The pain of regret can last for years. Ask yourself one honest question. If nothing changes in your habits over the next 5 years, where will your life be? The answer might make you uncomfortable, but discomfort is often the beginning of transformation. There comes a moment when excuses stop sounding convincing. You realize that the clock keeps moving whether you act or not. Every sunrise gives you another opportunity, but it also takes away one more day you can never recover. Successful people are not fearless. They simply refuse to let fear make decisions for them. Fear says wait. Discipline says begin. Fear says you're not ready. Discipline says you'll grow on the journey. Fear imagines failure. Discipline focuses on action. One of the greatest mistakes people make is believing that discipline makes life harder. In reality, discipline makes life easier. It reduces stress because important things get done. It creates financial stability because spending becomes intentional. It improves health because small healthy choices replace destructive habits. It strengthens relationships because commitments are honored instead of forgotten. Chaos feels easy today, but becomes painful tomorrow. Discipline feels difficult today, but becomes freedom tomorrow. Think about a pilot flying through thick clouds. The pilot cannot rely on feelings because feelings can be dangerously misleading. Instead, the pilot trusts the instruments. Your values and your goals must become your instruments. There will be days when you don't feel like working. There will be days when everything inside you wants to quit. Those are the days when discipline matters most. Your environment matters more than you realize. If your room is filled with distractions, distractions become your routine. If your phone constantly interrupts your attention, your focus slowly disappears. Sometimes changing your life begins with changing your surroundings. Success is rarely about making one huge decision. It is about making hundreds of small decisions correctly every single day. Drinking water instead of soda, reading instead of scrolling, saving instead of spending, practicing instead of complaining, showing up instead of making excuses. Every choice casts a vote for the person you are becoming. There is an incredible power in starting before you feel ready. Waiting for confidence is one of the biggest traps in life. Confidence usually comes after action, not before it. Action creates experience, experience creates belief, belief creates confidence. Your future self is watching every decision you make today. Imagine meeting yourself 10 years from now. Would that person thank you for today's choices or wish you had started sooner? Many people spend years searching for the secret to success. They read books, watch videos, attend seminars, and ask successful people for advice. Yet the answer remains surprisingly simple. Control your mind before your mind controls you. Your thoughts become words, your words become actions, your actions become habits, your habits become character, and your character becomes your destiny. Every morning you are given two options. You can continue living by default, reacting to whatever happens, or you can live by design, making deliberate decisions that move you closer to the life you truly want. The world is filled with talented people who never became successful because talent without discipline eventually loses to average ability combined with consistent effort. Every single day. The mirror never lies. It reflects the results of your daily choices. Your bank account reflects your financial habits. Your body reflects your health habits. Your relationships reflect your communication habits. Your life reflects your mental habits. This realization is empowering because it means your future is not determined by your past. It is determined by what you repeatedly choose from this moment forward. There will never be a perfect time. There will always be challenges, distractions, uncertainty, and reasons to wait. If you keep waiting for ideal conditions, you may spend your entire life preparing instead of living. One decision can change everything. Not because it instantly transforms your life, but because it changes the direction of your daily actions. And direction is always more important than speed. The strongest people are not always the smartest or the most gifted. They are often the ones who mastered themselves. They learned to say no when temptation appeared. They learned to continue when quitting seemed easier. They learned to stay focused while others became distracted. That kind of strength is available to anyone willing to practice it. Remember this whenever life becomes difficult. Every challenge is training your mind. Every obstacle is teaching resilience. Every setback is testing commitment. If you continue moving forward, even slowly, you are becoming stronger than the person you were yesterday. One day, people will look at your success and call you lucky. They won't see the mornings when you wanted to stay in bed. They won't see the evenings when you kept working while everyone else relaxed. They won't see the countless moments when you chose discipline over comfort, but you will know. And that knowledge will be worth more than applause because it cannot be taken away. So make the decision today, not tomorrow, not next Monday, not next month, today. Discipline your mind before the world disciplines it for you. Build habits that make your future stronger than your excuses. Protect your time like your life depends on it, because in many ways it does. Years from now, you'll either remember this as another video you watched, or as the moment you finally decided that your mind would no longer be controlled by fear, comfort, or procrastination. The choice has always been yours, and it still is.